Hi, this is Gene with ABC Gifts and Awards. Today I'm going to show you how to apply one of our large vinyl decals, like this, onto a door, window, trailer, side of a truck, etc. Let's take a look. The first thing we need to do is prepare the surface. We need to make sure it's really clean so that decal is going to stay on for a long time, many years. We're going to use just some very mild detergent. All this is water with a few drops of dish soap dropped into it. Make sure you clean the whole surface where you're going to put this decal. All we're really doing is trying to make sure we have all the dirt off in this step. So if you look at your towel and it's clean, you've probably done a good job. Just take a look. Make sure there's no obvious dirt. Next, we're going to use some isopropyl rubbing alcohol. Just take a little bit onto a new towel and you're going to rub over that same area. This is going to make sure that your surface is nice and ready for our decal. Looking good. Once the surface is ready, go ahead and take your decal and you're going to put it up right where you want it using some masking tape. And make sure you measure because you want to make sure it's in the right place and it's level. Make sure you put the masking tape so that it covers both the vinyl decal and the backing layer. Put one on the top and bottom in the middle and at each of the corners. There's basically just one tool you're going to need to apply these decals. Something long and straight to help you smooth it out as you adhere it onto your surface. I took my yardstick here and just wrapped a little bit of paper towel around it. Just 3 sheets so that it's as long as our decal. Just make sure that when you tape it that you're not taping over the surface that you're going to press the decal with. That way you've got a nice smooth surface that you're going to use. You can use a board, a yardstick, basically anything that's long and straight that you're going to have a flat surface to press with. When applying your decal, you really want to have 2 people, yourself and one other person, to be able to put it up. I'm going to do it by myself to show you how it can be done, but it's easier with a second person. You see, I've added some extra masking tape here. The ones on the right side are only adhered to the door and to the backing. We're not going to adhere that to the vinyl. I also added our last corner here, just in case you noticed. What we're going to do is apply half of our graphic at once, and then later we'll apply the second half. So, what we're going to do is peel back the vinyl from the backing material, and you want to try not to touch the back of the vinyl as much as possible. The less you can touch it, the better. See, my mask didn't stick. We're going to pull this off and pull it back to the center point of right where we had taped the other side. Just pull this back nice and slowly. You don't want it to touch itself. Obviously it's going to stick to itself if the back crunches up. So, once we've got this pulled back and your second person is holding this, then take some scissors and just cut the backing off. Go ahead and pull that off. Take your extra tape off. And now, we're going to use the tool. Make sure you're using the right side that doesn't have the tape on the edge. Just slide that in there. Like I said, with 2 people, this is much easier. The second person can hold this back. Take that tool, just with a nice slow movement across. You're just going to basically use it like a squeegee onto the door. We can go ahead and take this extra tape off. Then go ahead all the way to the edge. Alright, we're halfway done. Okay, so our decal's half applied. Now obviously we're going to do the other side. We'll just take off the extra masking tape from the center. And then just the same as we did before, we're going to pull the vinyl back off of the backing. This time we're going to pull all the way up to the point where we had applied onto the door. Again, be careful to make sure that you don't touch the vinyl to itself on when you're pulling this back. Once it's pulled all the way back, take the backing out. Grab your tool to adhere it, and with a nice, slow, even pressure, just adhere it right to your surface. Take off the extra tape and go all the way to the edge. There you go. Okay, once you've applied your graphic, if you did a really good job, you won't have any bubbles. If you tried to do it by yourself like I did, you're going to have some bubbles. But that's no problem. The material that we use definitely is the right material to eliminate your bubbles. So let's say you've got a bubble like this one. This one's pretty big. Here's my hand for comparison size. What you want to do is basically just cut it in half with your finger so that there's two smaller bubbles, and then you can go ahead and cut it across again a couple times, and then just press it. Voila. Those bubbles are eliminated. Here's another one. We'll just cut it, and press. There we go, easy as that. Another method you can use to take out the bubbles, and you're going to do this at the end anyway, take a credit card or a room card or whatever, wrap it so that the edge is inside of a paper towel, and you're just going to use this as a little squeegee. So just wipe across different directions, go ahead, cut those bubbles down, chop them up just like we were doing with our finger. Some wipes back and forth, and bubbles gone. Once you don't see any more bubbles, go ahead and just use this method. Wipe across your whole sign, your whole decal, just as one final step to make sure it's adhered well onto your surface. And we use the paper towel just to make sure that we're not scratching with the card. These decals do have a laminate to protect the material, so you're not going to scratch the print. But it's a good idea just to use that paper towel over your card. Now we're all done and our sign looks great. If you put this onto a vehicle, just wait a week before you wash it. Other than that, you're good to go.